what happened with Breaking Open the Head was I first of all hit this kind of existential and spiritual crisis in my late 20s after working in journalism for years and in the literary and art worlds here, and sort of went on my own like quest for meaning and spiritual knowledge. And that led me back to psychedelics because that was the avenue that I'd remembered and from college it had been most productive and had given me the most insight and the most sense of possibility of there being other relationships to consciousness. And so then the more I explored that, the more fascinating it became. And I would have these shamanic experiences, and I would also find that there was kind of knowledge that came through that didn't correspond to our kind of normal linear knowledge system. So then at a certain point, really the question of the book was, why had the modern world suppressed and negated and basically assaulted, tried to kind of annihilate any vestige of, these kind of shamanic traditions, starting with the witch hunts in the Middle Ages, where the Europeans went out of their way to kind of try to destroy any vestige of seership or second sight or visionary plant knowledge. And then as we went through colonialism, wherever we encountered these cultures, we would do our best to do the same thing to them, burning all the books of the Aztecs and so on. So it just seemed, then there was this sort of obviously the brief flurry of psychedelia in the 60s, which was immediately clamped down upon. So it just seemed like we'd become locked into like one form of consciousness or one relationship to reality, which was this materialistic, rationalistic view of everything, quantifiable, and we'd lost touch with this whole other knowledge system, this whole way of understanding reality that the shamanic cultures had understood. So I was trying to figure out why it was such a threat. And then if it had legitimacy, then the obvious question, if the shamanic knowledge system had legitimacy, then what did it mean for our culture that we negated it? What did it mean for our future? So from there, the next step, the next obvious question was, well, what are these cultures saying about the world that we're in now? If they know a huge amount that we don't know about the nature of reality, then do we have to take seriously what the Hopi or the classical Maya had to say about this world that we're in now? And when you look at what they have to say, there do seem to be a sets of prophecies and foretellings, which seem to be surprisingly consistent and coherent. That we're kind of shifting from, the Hopi talking about the fourth world to the fifth world. The Aztecs talk about the fifth sun and the sixth sun. That one kind of form of human consciousness, one way of relating to time and space and reality is coming to an end, and we're going to go through some kind of transformative process and enter a different scenario.